There we go. What's up, everybody? How are you today? Welcome to AF5. This is the live version of Addictive Fishing. I'm your host, Captain Blair Wiggins, and just want to welcome you guys for tuning in again, especially Jacob out there. Seen you on quite a few times. I think all 5 of them, as a matter of fact. And Jeremy, you also, and especially you, the catfish crew out of Sebastian. That's pretty wild. Hope you guys are fishing tonight. Freezing. First question I had there on the stream there was, when's the new episodes coming out? They're going to be coming out in April. We got some really good shows coming out from Texas, Lake Okeechobee, Space Coast. Just some really good shows coming up. Going to be giving away a pair of coasters tonight for whoever sends us the best question. So get your question together, and if it's good enough, we're going to let the producer man pick it out. And somebody's going to get a nice brand new pair of Costa Del Mar sunglasses. First off, I want to talk about the Miami Boat Show. It's going to be in a new location this year. It's not in the convention center. If y'all are expecting to go to the convention center and deal with that crowd, you're going to have a different one to deal with over on Virginia Key. It's a little bit south of Miami Beach there, and it's going to be packed, but there's going to be a lot of boats there. I'll be hanging out in the Skeeter booth every single day, so come on by and you can take a look at my new SX240 I got down there. It's a new paint scheme we got going this year with that boat, and still has the tower on it, Humminbird up top, down below, and all the little goodies on it. So come by and check that out. They're going to be giving away Ingle Cooler there, so you can register to win that as well. So come by and say hey. First off, I want to show you a little video of the Skeeter boats, all the new models and all the new products that they got on the boats this year. So check it out. This is the SX2250. Really nice boat. We had some fun on the photo shoot with this boat. It actually it does pretty good in the air. And it stays dry. One of the driest rides I've ever had in a bay boat that size. Up next, you're going to see the SX210, and all these bay boats are the driest riding bay boats I've ever been in. Coming up next, you're going to see the SX240. There's the SX210, and we did a show out of that one this year in Lake Okeechobee, and my first bass fishing show. So you're going to get to see a bass fishing show for you guys out there that have been requesting that for so many years. Up next, you're going to see the SX240. By far, that is the cream of the crop of the Skeeter boat line. It's the one I currently run, personally, and do a lot on the show with. If you see the one I'm running, it actually has a tower on it. This one is without the tower that you see there. And it'll run, like a scalded cat. That boat will do right at 60 miles an hour without the tower. With the tower, it's about a 53-mile-an-hour boat if you got a tailwind to you. But awesome boats. I mean, fishability, dryness riding. It's got a little different ride than the boats I'm normally used to, and it's a lot better ride. I'm telling you, I didn't think a ride could get any better than a boat, but that one there is a cushy ride. Up next, you're going to see the SX200. I'm sorry, yeah, the SX200 coming up. It's one of the newest boats that Skeeter just came out with. It comes standard with a couple of options on there that will blow your mind with the price of this boat as well. If y'all get down and you want to get an introduction into a bay boat, this one right here is the one you should take a look at. I mean, it's a great starter bay boat. Last boat we're going to take a look at here is the SX220. And that one should be coming up shortly. How's the cooler space? Cooler space is great. It comes with an Ingle cooler right underneath the seat. And it's a 48? I think it's a 48 quart cooler that comes standard on that. But that's the lineup of the Skeeter boats. And I tell you, it is one of the best bay boats I've ever been in my entire life. Got some question and answers coming up. I'll do a little bit of that right now. Remember, free pair of coasters to the best question that comes in tonight. Got the guys working in the back writing down, so we'll definitely pick a winner. Want to talk a little bit while the questions are coming in. Let's see. How do you should do a show dock fishing for sheepies. I actually tried to do a show this year with my mom, but the puffers were so thick we could not catch a sheephead. I mean, you'd put the fiddler crab down and George Garcia, no. Hey Blair, what's the weirdest fish I've ever caught? The weirdest fish I've ever caught. I guess it would have to be down in the Amazon. It was an Arowana, kind of looked like a cross between a tarpon, a tadpole, and a shiner. Just a really weird looking fish. Got these big old barbels coming out of its mouth, and it spits water up on leaves and knocks down insects. But they do eat plugs too. See, Bryant 5266. Yes, we did a couple of shows out of Pensacola up there. Just go up on YouTube and check them out. You'll see them. Let's see. Which one we got? Are still hotels? No. Does DOA make a 4-inch shrimp? If so, will there be any benefit to it? They make 4 different sizes of shrimp. Then they make their standard. Shrimp that is this size, which is right at 3.5 inches, and this 2.5-inch shrimp absolutely was getting the job done in Texas. Wait till that show comes out. We were wading the flats there, and just I had a prototype. It didn't look this pretty, but that one there was definitely getting it done. But that there is my other favorite right there, the cotton shrimp. That's what I call the cotton shrimp. But let's see, which of these blinds would be great for Texas fishing and oyster reef area? I'd like my 24. It drafts like right at 11, 12 inches. And it's a really great boat, especially with my tower. I can see the oyster beds if I'm coming up to them. I just don't really run it on a plane when I'm around the oyster bars too much, because they're called motor eaters. They will definitely take your lower unit off. What's the best hook for a DOA airhead? Can never find the perfect fit. Jeremy, I usually use it's a laser sharp or the Trocar swim bait hooks. It has a weight in the belly of it, and it's got a screw on top, and it pops right into the airhead. It's now called the 5-inch swim bait. So if you hear me call it a 5-inch swim bait, that is what I previously have referred to as the airhead. Do you ever change a hook on the DOA shrimp? Yes, I do, and I also take it out if the fish are being really, really aggressive. I'll put a circle hook in there. Just, okay. Just whatever. Like I said, if that hook isn't doing the job right there, all you have to do is slide it out, and I'll take a circle hook and I'll put it right in the head of it right there, just like I would a regular live shrimp. Or I'll hook it in the tail and throw it backwards. Works real good that way. Making your first trip to Mosquito Lagoon in April. You should target large trout, because in April, that's when the big trout are there. Get you. What I like using is a shallow running bait buster, and I'll take it and throw it as far as I can and just slowly work it back, twitch it slowly, and just very slowly twitch that bait back. And right here is probably one of my favorite colors to use. Get in on it right there. That one right there looks so much like a mullet, and when big trout usually feed, they'll feed like maybe once or twice a week, and they'll eat the biggest baits that they can. Also throw the top dog early in the morning if it's nice and calm. Work it real slow. Make it make a lot of noise. If you can get it to make a slurping action, big trout, it drives them absolutely nuts. What's good for Spanish mackerel? DOA Terrorize, they work real well. These guys right here. Or we have the Mogan spoon right here. This happens to be a gold one, but if you can find a silver one, what I like doing is trimming the tail off, and you can burn it right through the Spanish mackerel schools, and works really, really well for Spanish. Another one that works are diamond jigs. Anything that really goes fast through the water, makes a lot of flash. Spanish mackerel usually go nuts over it. Let's see. Oh, and another thing with the new 2-inch shrimp, there's actually a slot right in here where you can put the little glass beads. If you look, it's got a different weight to it, like I said earlier, but right behind the weight, there's a little slot where you can put that DOA rattle weight, and it makes it sound like it's crawling across the bottom, because when a shrimp is getting ready to molt, their outer shell gets really, really hard, and their legs will kick against their body, and it makes that clicking sound. So that's why A lot of times you'll see I'll use a glass rattle in there. Just kind of imitates the sound of the bait out there. What's a good bait for snook and redfish? Right there. The cotton shrimp. That's great for snook and it's great for redfish. It's my go-to bait now. It's one of the most natural looking shrimps out there once it's in the water, and you'll see me use this time after time on the show. Like the old saying is, if it ain't broke, why fix it? It works great. Cody Taylor from Facebook. What's happening? Did you ever make a fishing video in Fort Pierce? Yes, I do believe we did make one in Fort Pierce. We did big trout with Mark Nichols down there. Check that one out. It's called Treasure Trout. Okay, guys, big news. Let's get that little camera here. Oh, you want the big news right there. We're going shallow again. We just joined the Beavertail family, and let me tell you, I cannot wait to get on the poling platform and start poling around again on the flats. We got it covered now, deep water. We got it covered now in the skinny stuff. So I cannot wait to get back on the flats and start poling around. Beavertail's options. They make a 16-foot micro skiff that is absolutely one of the easiest poling skiffs that you'll ever get on. They make a 17-foot strike. That's a little bit bigger boat for, a little bit bigger options that you want. 17 Elite as well. And the 18 Vengeance. And we're gonna be running one of the Vengeance and also one of the brand new Airs. It's the 18-foot Air. It's the brand new boat from Beavertail, and I cannot wait to get in that boat. They also have, if you're interested in a little bit bigger flats boat, they have one called a 20-foot Lightning. Unbelievable speed out of this thing. It does 70 miles an hour. If you like crossing Charlotte Harbor or any of the big bays out here on the West Coast, absolutely can get the job done, and I mean in a hurry. It's a 70-plus mile an hour haul. What can I say? It's going to be a fun year. Definitely a fun year. Don't forget, you're going to send in your question. We're going to pick a winner here pretty soon to get some Costa Del Mars. The one thing pulls water up on the deck. Try tabbing it. Where have you seen the nicest sunset while fishing? Oh, that by far my favorite sunset was off of Pine Island. We were staying at Tarpon Lodge, and the camera crew, everybody was out talking. All of a sudden, the sunset appeared, and everybody just closed their mouths and just watched the sunset. Unbelievable sunset it was. One thing too, if y'all come by the Miami Boat Show from 1 to 3 every day, if you come by the Skeeter booth and I'm not there, if it's between 1 and 3, I'm going to be in the Beavertail booth. And that is K1634 is their booth number. So make sure you write that one down. Come by and check out. You'll be able to see my new 18 Air. And I got mold number 001 that's going to be there. So I can't wait to see that one. But make sure you come by there. Want to talk about another new sponsor that we got. It gets a little tough to eat out there on the water. So we were approached by Rugged Meats, and I tried them. Absolutely love them. They're made with wild boar. That's not your processed meat and your hoofs and all that kind of good stuff. It's actually, these things are awesome. They got 3 different flavors. They have a original, a barbecue, and a sunrise, and they're all pretty tasty. Definitely gonna not go hungry on the water now. So we got Sunsect, so we keep the bugs off. We got food we're gonna eat. We got the lures. We're gonna be fishing a lot this year. Q&A, who's gonna win the Costa Del Mar sunglasses? Where's your favorite place to fish? As long as I'm fishing, Terry, it doesn't matter. I love going to Venice, Louisiana, because you got so many different options out there to go. Redfish, you name it, it's out there. The only thing that's not there is snook and bonefish, and there's plenty of other stuff out there to make up for that. Lewis, come by either the Skeeter booth or Beavertail. We'll see you there. Tyler, why do you use high pound braided line on bait casters? I've seen throw 65-pound test on one of your episodes. Believe it or not, that bass fishing, I can actually see why they like throwing that heavy stuff, because when the bass get down in the weeds, it's real hard to get them back up. So I definitely like using heavier stuff, especially when there's a lot of weeds. What's your preferred lens color while on the flats, and do certain colors work better on grass and mud? One of the new colors that I just got from Costa last year. This is a silver metallic outside lens, but on the inside, let me show you what it looks like there. If I can do this, on the inside, it's an amber color. So what that does, if you see that meat there on the table right here, watch the color of it. See if it changes. See how it lightens it up? It does the same thing in tannicky water or dirty water, clean water. It changes the colors of the fish out there to help you see the colors, and it helps you see the fish. What do you use for tarpon? What they're eating really out there. They'll eat everything from dolphin bellies to live bait. You got to just key in on what they're eating out there. That the old saying, match the hatch out there. Imitate the most bait that's out there, what they're feeding on. Let's say if they're feeding on pogies, I wouldn't throw a mullet out there to them. I would snatch me a pogie and feed them what they're used to eating. Let's see, best snook lure, covered that one a little earlier. That's my favorite one right there. That is what I call the cotton shrimp right there. I'm going to refer to that one. Everything out there in the water eats a shrimp, and this looks like a shrimp. So, I love using those for the snook. Let's see. Have you ever fished Blue Lagoon in Miami for peacocks? No, we did a show with Alan Zarimba down there near Margate, and we caught the peacocks down there. That was real fun. Real fun. Favorite bait to use for redfish? If I'm sight fishing, it's a DOA Shrimp. If I'm just out there, searching for them with a search bait, I throw the Mogan spoon out there. I can work it fast. I can work it slow. I can jig with it. I can make it dance kind of on the tail. And if they're out there, they're going to eat that. Favorite state to fish, freshwater and saltwater? Let's see. Saltwater's got to be Venice, Louisiana. Freshwater, got to go with the big Lake Okeechobee. Come up north and do some striper fishing. Mr. Piggy Man, we're going to do it out of Georgia this year, I think. We're going to go up there and see if we can get a hold of some of those big inshore freshwater stripers. I got a buddy of mine up there that's got a guide catching 30, 40 pounders. Should be real fun. See, any experience with DOA big fish lure? Yeah, the BFL, we have caught some nice fish on it. When I was testing it, when it was still a prototype, I caught a Cubera snapper out of St. Lucie Inlet with it, and have caught several big trout. And I always go back to that shrimp though for some reason. When you can do a show with a mad snooker? Matt, I don't know. We can't film at night, and I think he just films at night or just fishes at night. We might have some lights that we can light him up with, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see. Any new rods coming out? I did a little testing on a rod last year. We hope to have it in the lineup. Hopefully, it'll be available to the buyers coming out in July. So hopefully, yes. If you saw the stick last year, we caught some giant sharks with it. Worked real well. So that's about the only new one coming out that we have. My favorite DOA has to be the shrimp. I'm gonna go back to saying that one right there. When Mark came out with that color, I was pretty amazed, because in the Banana River, the shrimp actually get a disease in their back, and it turns it white like that, and it imitates the shrimp in the Banana River. And I guess pretty much everywhere they have that, but that's got to be my go-to. Most exotic fish I ever caught, Vincent. Had to be that Arowana down there in Brazil. Is the Mogan spoon screw or rivet in construction? It is a screw. It is screwed on there and glued, so it stays on there real well. Biggest fish, about an 18-foot hammerhead. Got him to the boat and let him go. He was a monster. Tarpon Tango. What's the most unexpected fish I've ever caught? I'd have to think on that one. I would say it'd have to be a giant sea bass up when we did a show in, we were in Block Island doing a show. And I caught a giant, one of the biggest sea bass I've ever seen in my life. All right, we have a winner for Costa yet?
Let's keep going. We're okay. Some good questions.
All right, they're coming in so fast I can't keep up with them all. Let's see, what's the nicest sunrise you've seen while fishing? I was going out fishing with my dad and Sebastian Inlet back when I was a kid in high school, and we had a beautiful sun. I remember that one like it was yesterday, but that one was pretty cool. Jordan, I'm new to Charlotte Harbor. Is the best to fish harbor outgoing or incoming tide? Fish got to eat when it's going out or coming in or when it's dead tide. Best time to do it is when they're eating. Not to sound like a smart aleck, but you know, the more time you spend out there. I've known guides out there that I've gone with and have fished around that will say, hey, this spot here only produces on an outgoing tide the last 15 minutes. And I fished with another guide that fishes that exact same spot and says, hey, this spot only produces on the incoming tide at the first 15 minutes. You know, so it really, you know, you have to have confidence in the spots that you're fishing. That's what it boils down to. And if you know the fish are there, they got to eat sometime. So you just got to figure out what time they like to eat. And that's what the guides have done. I've never said, hey, so-and-so fishes this spot and it's only on the outgoing tide. I never tell each other, you know, each guide that we've fished this spot and, you know, different times. Do you prefer wading during the winter months? I don't really like wading much at all. When I got a nice boat to fish out of it, you know, I'll wade when I have to, but you know, with the Beavertails now, we're not going to have to get out and wade. I mean, they're skinny running boats, and you know, when you have somebody up poling, you change back and forth. You know, poling flats is a pretty awesome deal. Best season to fish? Backwoods? I don't know. Any time is good in Florida, man. Salty Supply. Can you make this terrible wind stop? God, if I could make the wind stop, I wouldn't be behind this screen right here. I'd be out fishing somewhere. But it does blow, doesn't it? Have you ever hooked yourself several hundred times, Matt? Let's see. Blair, who taught you how to fish? I got to give that credit to my dad. He definitely got me started many moons ago on the St. Johns River. Had a houseboat. We used to go up to Deep Creek and God, just catch stump knockers and bass. It was pretty fun. Have I ever fished Sanibel? Yeah, I did that with old Sanibel Island. Yeah, we fished down around Sanibel. It was with the Goliath Grouper man. Have you ever done vertical jigging? Yes, but I haven't done vertical jigging on the show yet. We did it for AJ's. We do it for AJ's off of Canaveral a lot. Ever fish in Mexico? Yeah, Matt, we fished down in Mexico, Cabo San Lucas, catching striped marlin. Actually, we were tagging striped marlin. That was pretty cool. Seth, what's the biggest red snapper you ever caught? Wish I had the picture. I caught the biggest one that the FWC saw the last season that we had off Canaveral. It was 39.5 inches long. Giant red snapper. Biggest one a lot of people have ever seen. What am I most looking forward to season 17 on AF? Whew, show 13. That means we're done with the season and it's been a good season. Just, you know, getting out and meeting all the new people that we're going to be meeting. Field and Streams. I got Field and Streams grand openings I'll be doing. Dick's grand opening. So just getting out and meeting a bunch of different people and talking fishing. It's, you know, I can't ask for a better way to make a living. It's been pretty fun so far. How did you start your own TV show? I had a dream, and a buddy of mine from the second grade, and I guess we both had a dream, and you know, pretty much you work at something long enough, it's either going to fail or it's going to work, and so far it's working pretty good. Biggest flatty? I guess that would be flounder. I don't know. Arvids? If that's biggest flatty as a flounder, it's about 13 pounds. We catch them off Canaveral in about 72 feet of water, bouncing DOAs like this on the bottom, and you know, as soon as it hits the bottom, boom. When's the new show going to be? If you guys are just tuning in, we covered that one right as we started. It's going to be April 1st. We've done, what one?
Nice new graphic.
Oh, thank you for the new graphic comment. Oh, there it is. I see it. Live TV, what can you do, right? Can't go back. You being a very experienced fisherman and captain, what is the thing about your job and what do you look forward to every day of your job? That's a good question. You know, every day is different fishing. I guess, you know, I've been known to have ADD, and I'll tell you that I have ADD. And it's probably one of the best jobs for somebody like myself because every time you go out, it's different. You get a different experience on the water every single time you go. And that's about all I can say there. Biggest fish on DOA baits, you've seen it on the show. It's been a 10-pound trout, and that was on the show. I've caught a 14.5-pound trout, but that was on live bait. But the big fish that you saw me and Mark catch, that was all on DOA stuff, and those were the biggest ones. Will there ever be another Battle of the Bridge? I hope so. We're going to go down to the Keys hopefully this year. Not too much of a Battle of the Bridge, but got to knock one off my bucket list, and that's a bonefish on the fly. We're going to go down and hopefully with Willie Benson, since he's part of the Beavertail family as well, go down there and we're going to catch a big bonefish on fly, probably in the Marquesas. Brian West, my favorite rod that I love to use inshore is my 7.2 with a 3,000 or a 3,500 Sabalos on it. Go-to rod every time. Would love to be a charter captain like me. Can you give me this one? I'm being this age. Backwoods, just, you know, being a guide, you just got to be on the water a lot, and, you know how to get along with people real good. It is a tough job. You ask any guide out there, if they love their job, they say yes. And, if you ask them if it's a tough job, it'll probably tell you that it's the hardest job they ever had.
Wrap it.
We're going to wrap it. I'm getting the wrap signal here. Once again, Miami Boat Show. It's at Virginia Key this year. It's not in the convention center. And after the weekend after the Miami Boat Show, anybody that lives around Apopka Marine there, come by. It's in Inverness. I know it's called Apopka Marine, but it's in Inverness. And going to be there the weekend after the Miami Boat Show. So come by and check us out there. It's a dealer appreciation kind of appearance. There's going to be a lot of people there, a lot of fishing guides, seminars, all sorts of stuff. So Apopka Marine out of Inverness, come by and check us out there. Be there for 2 days. New episodes start in April 1st. Get to see a bass show so far this year. You get to see giant redfish off of Port Canaveral. 2 shows from Texas. Actually went out and weighed.
Grab those shades over there.
Grab these shades right here. All right, folks, these shades here. We're going to give them away. There they are. All right, who's going to be our lucky winner? All right, it just got handed me. Jeremy Lopez. So, Jeremy, make sure you send. How's he going to get the email? How's he going to get them?
Go to the website and fill out the comment form.
Okay. Go to the website, fill out the comment form, and I don't even have a pair of those. Those are sweet. Get a new pair of Coastal Del Mar sunglasses. How about that? Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Make sure you subscribe. Tell everybody to subscribe if you're talking about the live web seminar or webinar that we're doing here. Make sure you tell all your friends to subscribe. That way they'll get notified when the next one's going to be. And Kenny Conley, we're going to do a snook show this year, I promise. Hey, till next time, don't forget about the website, addictivefishing.com, and we'll see you the next AF Live or at the Miami Boat Show. See ya.